arrest, abuse, and emotional distress.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case number 3090, Clarence versus Williams.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Clarence, from what I've read, you and Miss Williams have known each other since middle school?
Yes, ma'am. Since middle school, we've known each other.
The papers suggest that sometime later, the two of you developed a romantic relationship and you started to live together in 2015.
Yes, ma'am. November 16, 2015.
And you have two children together.
Yes, ma'am, we did.
It appears that there was an incident in your home and you were arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
You were arrested for an assault. Was there a weapon that you were arrested for?
No, ma'am, there was no weapon I was arrested for.
It was just an assault?
Yes, ma'am, assault on family member.
Okay. So, Miss Williams, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Because Mr. Clarence ultimately was acquitted of all of those charges.
Yes.
And that was after a trial.
Yes.
Mr. Williams says that as a result of your allegations, not only did he suffer damages himself, but he wasn't able to see the two children for a while because you had requested a restraining order, which was then granted, but later vacated.
It was a protective order, and yes,
And it covered the children.
Correct.
Just for my own information, how long, Miss Williams, did the protective order last so that Mr. Clarence couldn't see the children?
It was for 3 years, but he was able to see the children through visitation.
But how long was it that he did not see the children because of the protective order? Because that's part of his lawsuit.
Okay, so it was...
Mr. Clarence, how long in actuality was it that as a result of the restraining order, you could not see the children?
2 years.
2 years?
Mm-hmm.
That you didn't see them at all?
At all.
It was 2 years.
Okay. So you were living in a home together.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
On Valentine's Day, there was an argument.
Correct.
You called the police.
Correct.
The police responded and told you to leave the house for a while.
Yes.
And you did leave the house.
I did leave with my daughter.
But you have two children.
2 children because they told us that we had to split children, or one stays with the other parent, the other one comes with me.
Okay, so you have 2 kids, a girl who's how old?
She was 2 at the time.
And a boy?
He was 4 at the time.
So the boy stayed with his father.
Mm-hmm.
And you left with your daughter overnight.
Right.
Did you come back?
The next morning, yes.
She actually came back that same time at 2 a.m.
Well, the next morning, that's 2 a.m.
At 2
Don't interrupt again.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So you came back early in the morning.
Yes.
And what happened when you came back?
I stayed in my vehicle with my daughter because I didn't want to go into the apartment. And then...
Eventually, you went into the apartment.
Yes.
What time did you go into the apartment?
Which was 7 o'clock in the morning.
And that was on the 15th of February.
Correct.
Who was home when you got home on the 15th of February?
It was Devon and our son.
Was there any problem on the 15th?
The 15th was when me and him had got into it as far as verbal altercation. He didn't like what I had said to him, and we just started going off, and he came to a point where he just got mad and said, well, you know, why would you say anything like that? You know, I don't care about you. And then we started getting into another argument. Then that's when he had brought out a knife and put it on the kitchen counter and said, if you want to kill yourself, go ahead. I don't care.
did not say
Okay,
that.
just a second. That was the 15th.
Yes.
Miss Williams, you know, most couples have arguments.
Mm-hmm.
So something had to have precipitated his statement because according to what you just told me, Mr. Clarence didn't take out a knife, according to what you said, and threaten you with it. He said to you, according to you, if you want to kill yourself, here's a mechanism to use it. What had you said to him immediately prior to that that inspired that? He told you he didn't love you anymore, he didn't want to be with you anymore, and?
And that's when he said he didn't care.
He didn't care, and you said...
And so that's when he had took out the knife.
He said he didn't... No, you had to say something to him that says, well, if that's the way you feel, you go kill yourself. But you had to have said something to him before.
Right. It was the argument started with the kids, but then when he said that, you know, I didn't want you here anyway, you know, it is just, you know, the relationship is pretty much dead, so there's no reason to stay. And if you want to leave, you can leave.
Is that what he said to you, or is that what you
I
said
to him?
Oh, you said to him. Okay. And then?
And then that's when he said, well, you know, I don't love you no more. I don't care for you. You know.
You said that. And then what happened?
And then afterwards, that's when he had went in the kitchen, because I barely remember what happened after that, because all I know is that when he had went into the kitchen, that's when he came back and said,
okay,
you know, you can kill yourself.
Do you recall taking a knife and putting it either on a counter or on a tabletop and saying, if you want to kill yourself?
No, ma'am, I don't recall that.
Okay. But at that point, the police were not called. This was the day after the police had been called. This is February 15th. And Mr. Clarence left the house.
Right.
Right. He left on the 15th. Did he come back?
A week after.
So he was gone for 1 week. Mm-hmm. That brings us to the 20th. Did you communicate with him during that week?
Yes.
By phone?
Yes, text message.
Do you have copies of the text message?
I do not.
Do you have copies? I'd like to see the messages that were
so this is the first
traded
on February.
In that week's period of time. He's standing there and you're pushing him.
Yes, push.
Devon Clarence claims his ex-fiancée, Safari Williams, owes for a false arrest, abuse, and emotional distress. Safari is countersuing for assault and defamation.
Okay, so this is February the 19th.
Mm-hmm. And I also do have my text messages pulled up here on my phone. I don't get a hard copy.
Okay, good. Tell me if this is what it says. You say to him, I need my keys ASAP, please. That's a week after he left.
Correct.
What keys had he taken from you?
He had taken my house key and my mother's home key. It was on my keychain.
Okay. How did you get into the house for a week?
I never left because he had it.
You mean for a week you weren't out of the house at all?
At all. I had my kids. I lost my job. So I was at home. I had no reason to leave, really.
Just a second. When did you lose your job?
I lost my job a week prior because of the money he had taken out of the account that I was going to pay for to insure my job, because I had little legal issues with my job.
Well, tell me about that. That's not in here.
Yeah.
As far as...
losing your job had nothing to do with him.
No, it had everything. Because the reason being is the fact that I didn't have the money, because I was a delivery driver. So I had to pay off a certain citation that I was cited for.
What citation that you were cited for?
It was speeding.
Okay,
citation.
so you got a speeding ticket, which you had to pay. He didn't force you to speed. You did that yourself.
Right. However,
okay.
I had
so,
to...
and you can't be a driver if they're going to take away your license.
That was the thing. So I had needed the money. He had taken that money out of there and used it to pay somebody else.
I don't know what you're talking about. Taking it out of where? A joint account?
Out of a joint account, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wow. The reason you lost your job had nothing to do with him. The reason you lost your job is because you drove in a way that you got a speeding ticket. Now let's get back to the 20th. So you needed your house keys and your mother's house keys, which he had taken with him.
Yes.
Did you take the house keys?
No, ma'am. The keys that were inside the house were to her mother's house, but her mother had changed the locks previously before. So really, they were just throwaway keys, and the keys were just sitting inside of my glove box for months.
But you went by and you returned the keys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He had taken those keys. What? He had taken those keys prior, because he's always taking things of my possession.
Okay.
That's not true.
So,
you asked him for your keys back, which means that during that interim period, the only text messages I see here, you asked him to come back to the house and bring you your keys. And I assume, since there is no history, that your mother's never had a history with him.
Oh, yeah.
A violent history?
It's not a violent, but more so, she had her issues. They both had
I don't care whether they had their issues. So if you needed your keys back, he could have dropped them off at your mother's. He didn't have to bring them to you.
But she didn't allow him on the premises, that's why.
Well, why would you have invited him back on the 20th if you had such a miserable experience on Valentine's Day?
I didn't expect for him to sit there and...
There was an alternative. But he came back on the 20th with the keys. Now, I want you to tell me, on the 20th, because this is your counterclaim. You actually claim that he assaulted you. So I want you to tell me what happened on the 20th.
The 20th, I had asked him for my keys back.
Yes, and he
So
came over.
He came home from work. He had dropped off the key, came in, said hi to the kids, tucked them in bed. I was in a room, but that day I wasn't feeling good. So I had to just, excuse myself to go to the bathroom. So I come back out, I see my phone being tossed on the bed by him as he was sitting there reading messages or whatever. So I didn't say anything about it. He just said, okay, I'm about to go. I said, okay, cool. And he kissed the kids and walked out.
So he kissed the kids and he walked out. He walked into what room?
He walked from the back room, our room where we were sleeping at, me and the kids, and he walked to the front door, out the door. So what happened was...
No, look here.
Yes.
He's leaving.
He's leaving.
And?
In a few moments, he had called me, and he asked me, what time is your job interview for the next day? I told him 8:30, and I asked him why. He said, well, I'm moving out. I'm getting all my things out of the house while you're there. I said, okay, well, why? Because the front office is not going to just let you off the lease, Well,
you understand, he hadn't been there for a week.
For just a week, yeah. But I'm just asking because I don't know how we were going to go about it. So that's when he had told me, don't act like I ain't seen you, you ain't seen me reading your messages. I'm tired of you disrespecting me. I'm tired of you disobeying me. I'm tired of you, talking to these dudes or venting and blah, blah, blah. Like, just going at me as if I'm disrespecting him. At this point, you left. So therefore, if I'm talking to a friend, what's the problem? Why are you looking through my phone? And this is nothing that you paid for.
That's true, Snoopy.
Yeah, so you're snooping around. So at this point, he's mad because of what
But he's not in the house.
Yeah, he's not in the house. So afterwards, I say, if you want to leave, stay gone. I don't even care. He hung up in my face. I said, okay, I don't have time for this mess. So I go in the back room, get ready for bed. I put my phone on the charger, and I lay down, and he's knocking on the door really hard. Kids sleep. So I go to the front door, and that's when he opened the door, and he just, like, in my face, like, don't be disrespecting me, don't be doing that. And I'm just like, okay, bro, you need to get out of my face, first of all. And he just said, okay, well, you know what? Forget it, I'm leaving. I'm just gonna pack my stuff up and I'm leaving. The whole time he's like packing his things in the
Okay, so he's packing.
Correct. So when he packed his things, he was just, talking, and he went in the back room. And that's when I had followed him in the back room because he was gonna take my things. And then that's when he had came out and said, good luck finding your phone charger. Where's my phone charger? Because it's not on the bed. Where's my phone charger, bro? So I blocked him so he could give me my things. And he said, I don't know. I don't know where your phone charger is. Devon, where's my phone charger? I don't know. Now move. And he did a shoulder thrust. So I'm like, okay, bro. I grabbed his lanyard. He had his work ID. I grabbed his lanyard from around his head.
So you put your hands on him. Just a second, you put your hands on him because the lanyard, that's what it says here.
No.
No, that's what it says in your papers. You acknowledge that.
Oh, so
you grabbed his badge, but his badge was on a lanyard that was around his neck. So you put your hands on him.
So yeah, so it was more so to take his things so he could give me back my phone charger. I need it for my job interview.
So you never connected with him in anything that you did. So
Devon Clarence is accusing his ex-fiancée, Safari Williams, of a false arrest after she assaulted him. Safari claims Devon assaulted and defamed her.
So you grabbed his lanyard, which was around his neck.
So it was around his neck, and I took his glasses off his face.
And then what happened?
And then that's when he had turned around, dropped all of his things, and he turned around and he started tussling and then try to get his things. So I said, no, give me my
just
phone
a second.
charger.
So far, what I'm hearing is there was lots of nasty stuff going on. He's packing his things, giving you the best possible scenario. He took your phone charger. You didn't see him take your phone charger, but it was on the bed, according to you, and then it wasn't on the bed anymore.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So in response to that, you put your hands on him twice. Once with a lanyard that had his badge on it.
Right.
And then you grabbed his glasses off his face.
But never hurt him. Never.
Just a second. You put your hands on him. Not in a happy way. You put your hands on him in an aggressive way.
No.
Because, oh, yes, if you grab somebody's glasses off their face, madam, and grab a lanyard from around their neck, that's aggressive. He may not have been hurt as a result of that, but you have to know you're not allowed to put your hands on somebody else in anger.
It was not angry. I took him. I didn't touch him or hurt him. It was never aggressive. I just wanted my things back, and I didn't touch him or choke him or anything.
I got it. I'm just telling you what the law is. You put your hands on him in an aggressive way because you wanted your charger back,
Okay.
which he had taken, but he had not taken off your person. If he took it, he had taken it from where you left it because he was annoyed that you were texting other guys, according to you, because he had been gone for a week. You can text whoever you like. Okay, so now you've taken his glasses off and you've taken his badge off, which was on a lanyard. What happened next?
After he turned around and he
Started to tussle with you, which is what you said.
Things, and then afterwards we fell over the couch. And at this point, he had his forearm on my neck, so at this point, I can't breathe.
No, ma'am.
I told him, get off of me. Devon, you're hurting me. You're choking me. I cannot breathe. Please get off of me. Get off of me.
He's on you with his forearm on your neck.
Yes.
And
so at this point, he gets his things. He grabs his stuff.
okay, so he's not choking you anymore. And
He gets up and he
look at me.
put his glasses on. And then at this point, he's standing over me. I'm still on the floor, and I'm telling him to get off of me.
No, he's already
get
off
away
of you.
from me.
He's already off of you, Miss
Yes.
Williams. He's gotten his things. He put his glasses on, which means both hands were
Correct.
putting his glasses on. So he's not
standing
on
over
top
me.
of you anymore.
But he's standing over me.
So he was standing. And
I push him away. I said, get out, get out. I don't want you here. Get out, please get out. So at this point, I'm shoving him away from me.
okay, so again, he's standing there and you're pushing him.
Yes, pushing
Go
him
ahead.
off of me. And then that's when he did a close fist and hit me right here on the side of my face.
Okay.
So I passed out. I didn't know, I blacked out. And then after I had gotten up and I cried, I said, why did you hit me? Why would you hit me like this? Like, why? And then he just kept going back and forth.
Back and forth where?
From the front door to the back room to the front door.
Was he taking his things out?
I don't know what he was taking.
Okay, so he's
at
going
this
from the
point.
back door to the front door, but he had packed his things.
Right.
Okay.
So I get up, and that's when he turned around, and I can't, right now, I'm imbalanced. I can't even stand up right because he whacked me so hard. So at this point, he stood up and said, you want to fight me? Fight me.
Not true.
And he put up his hands, so that's when I put up my hands. And then I went to hit him, and then that's when he had started throwing punches at me, like back to back to back to back. And I busted my lip, so...
Okay, so let me understand this. You both got up, and he said, you want to fight me? So you put up your hands, both of you put up your hands, and you went to punch him. That's what you just told me. Missed, I assume.
Missed.
And then he hit you.
Yes.
Okay, so again, you went to punch him.
And I missed, and that's when he...
Okay, fine. Now I got it. And then?
And then that's when he started hitting me.
Okay, so
rolling
now
punches.
now you're fighting.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And I told him to stop as soon as I saw blood was everywhere, literally on the wall and the floor. And he stopped.
But let me ask you this question. From all this fighting and tussling, was Mr. Clarence visibly hurt anywhere?
No.
Did he have any mark whatsoever? No. So you never connected with him in anything that you did. So far, correct?
No, ma'am. I had scratches on my neck, and she did not put her hands up to fight me. She actually threw a car battery at my hands.
No, that is so untrue.
I have pictures of the car battery and it being broken, if you would like to see that.
Okay, I'm going to get to you in a second. Anyway, that's when he left. Did you go to work?
No, ma'am.
What did you do?
So I had to go sleep in my car because I didn't have my glasses.
Where were your glasses?
Inside the house.
So you left without your glasses?
Yes, ma'am.
He had his glasses on that night, the whole time.
Is that what your testimony said?
Shh.
I'm sorry.
I'm not there with you.
Okay. When did you call the police, Miss Williams?
I didn't. He took my phone.
Okay.
He had
Well,
taken my phone.
somehow the police were contacted.
I don't know how they were contacted. I had to escape him.
When you escaped him on the 20th, did you take your children?
I took them. Yes, I did.
Was he in the house?
He was inside and out of the house. So, Yana,
Yeah.
can I add one more thing? So after all that happened, that's when he did leave. I had the opportunity to get his clothes. I put his car battery in the hamper that he was packing his stuff at, threw it outside of the apartment, and then I closed the door, locked it so he wouldn't get in. So at this point, I'm looking for the phone to call the emergency services. However, he goes up to the window and says, "Looking for this?" And it was my phone. So I had to find another device in the house to try to at least get a recording or to find something to say, you know, I have to verify this because I feel like nobody's gonna believe me even if I was, you know, if I made this up. So I had to record it off my son's tablet. I have a video of the injuries of the night that it happened.
Well, you have hospital records because you say that you went to the hospital the next day.
Yes, ma'am, I did. I went to the hospital and they diagnosed me.
No. I want to see the hospital records.
Yes, ma'am.
Avril Matthews is suing her former friend, Unati Mia, for medical bills after Unati damaged her teeth.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge.
Hello, Kevin.
Case 3057, Matthews versus Mia.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss Matthews, how long do you know the defendant?
A few months, Your Honor.
Where did you meet her?
We met at a gathering, like through mutual friends.
And when did you meet her?
I would say probably the beginning of last year.
Give me a month and the year.
Probably like June, maybe,
So
like in the
June
in summer,
is a
like last
question.
year.
I don't know when you met. The beginning of last year
Okay, I
would
would
be a
say-
January, not a June.
Okay.
That would be the middle of
I
last year.
would say I'm
The
just
questions are going to get harder, Miss Matthews, not easier. They're going to get harder.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, when did you and the defendant meet? Month and year.
May 2022, last year.
And the incident that you reference in your lawsuit against the defendant happened in April of 2023, so approximately a year later.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Between May of 2022 and April of 2023, about how often did you and the defendant see each other?
I would say probably every other couple of months or every other weekend. Like it would be a regular
Just a
thing.
second. I want to tell you how silly you sound, because Whitney is going to read back what you just said. How often did you see each other?
On a regular
And just a
basis.
second.
Sorry.
I'm going to tell you what you just said.
I would say probably every other couple of months or every other weekend, like it would be a regular.
Every other couple of months would mean that maybe you saw her 4 times. If you saw her every other weekend, that's a different story. Do you understand? You have to get your story straight before you come here. Do you understand?
Yes.
Story straight. You get it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is what the case is about. So now I've got my players. Is your claim that on an evening in April, the two of you went out for dinner, ended up in someone's apartment, I think yours, and the two of you were in the bedroom, sitting on the bed, phone rings, and it was your phone?
My phone.
Your phone. And somehow, according to the complaint, the defendant threw the phone at you and broke your teeth in the front. And that's what you're suing her for.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct, Your Honor.
okay. So that you don't know when you met her, and you don't know how often you saw her, but that you remember.
Yes.
So let's start with that evening, and then I have a few questions for you. Let's start with the evening of April what?
April 1st, 2023.
Did you meet her at a restaurant, or did you pick her up, or did she pick you up?
So we actually picked her up and
We
were
actually
communicating-
picked her. Who's the we?
Me and a friend of mine.
Picked her up.
Yes.
And the three of you went out for dinner?
Yes, that's correct.
Finished dinner at about what time?
After 10, maybe going into 11 o'clock.
And now there are three of you leaving the restaurant at 11 o'clock.
Yes,
Keep
that's
going.
correct. So at the restaurant, we had some dinner and drinks, and we were having a conversation. I think it was like a debate, and we were speaking about something about how, from a woman's perspective and another woman's perspective, how a man would probably react to a certain situation, and we were in a disagreement about something. And then she proceeded to play fight with me, which I thought at the time was
You're
play
talking
fight.
about at dinner?
Yes, at dinner, at the restaurant, when we all three were there, and we were having a couple of drinks, and she proceeded to get physical with me. So it was play fighting.
Okay,
at
good.
the time that
All
I
right,
thought.
wait just a second. Play fighting at the restaurant before 11 o'clock. Okay, so now there's play fighting before 11 o'clock, and what do you do when you leave the restaurant?
So we proceeded to go to a nightclub, but during the play fighting, I just want to go into detail that she had bit me.
I don't want to go into detail.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
I want to get to the case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you went to a nightclub. Did the three of you go to a nightclub?
Yes, Your Honor, we did.
For how long?
Close to 2 hours.
So now we're at 1 a.m.
Yes.
Did you have a good time at the nightclub?
Yes, you could say so. Yes.
I'm just
It
curious.
was okay.
I'm just curious.
Yes.
Did you dance?
Yes, you could
Who
say.
did you dance with?
We would like dancing with each other, probably, we'd sit down
Not
and then we'd get
probably.
up.
Not probably.
Excuse me?
Not probably. I wasn't there.
Yes, we would dance with each other, and
Okay,
then
good.
we would sit down, and then depending on what kind of music would be playing.
So it's now 1 a.m.
And later on, my witness joined us at the nightclub. So we were then 4 at the nightclub together.
Okay. And when did you leave the nightclub? 1 o'clock?
Yes, I would say like probably around 1.
Well,
or
that's what you said
2.
before.
Yes, I think we were maybe there for a little bit longer because we then went to McDonald's afterwards. And at that time, they were selling breakfast.
What time did you leave?
So I would say much later than that. Now that I'm thinking about it, a little bit later than that.
Good.
Apologies, Your Honor.
Good. About what time?
I would say right when the nightclub was closing, so probably about 3.
So from 11 to 3, you were at a nightclub drinking and dancing. And then how did you get to McDonald's?
We drove.
Who drove?
My friend of mine that's not here currently.
And from McDonald's, where did you go?
We went to my place, Your Honor.
Did the 4 of you remain there?
Yes, Your Honor, the entire night.
Okay. So they were there and your friend was also there during this incident.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
So now you can tell me about the incident.
Okay, so we got to my place, and after coming from McDonald's, we got out of the car, and she had bit me again.
I want you to listen to me.
Okay,
I want you to get to the incident.
okay.
You know, we're not here at...
Avril Matthews claims her former friend, Unati Mia, owes for medical bills after she threw her phone at Avril.
So I want you to get to the period of time when you were injured. Who was there in the room and how it happened? Do you get it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect.
So we got into my place, and we were all sitting. We were in the living room, and we were all waiting for each other so that we could like all eat together.
What do you mean, all eat together? From where? From McDonald's?
Yes.
So you had brought McDonald's back
Yes, Your
to
Honor.
your house?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
so
move on.
I was in my room, and Unati was with me in the room, and Haji was out in my living room. And Unati got up, and her phone rang, or a beep or a text came through from her, and she got, I don't know, like aggressive and wanted to get my attention to show me what was on her phone. And at that time, she called my name, and I didn't respond to her. And she wanted to get my attention, and she threw the phone at me. And I looked, and I was like, oh, okay, like, wow. And out of shock, I then got up, and I went to the bathroom. And at that time, Haji had witnessed her because Haji was going to the bathroom. So Haji walked in, and at that time heard, like, Avril, I'm trying to get your attention. And Haji then saw her throw the phone at me.
Don't tell me what she saw.
Okay.
So she got up to go to the bathroom. The defendant's phone rang. Where was the defendant when you say her phone rang?
Or she got a message.
Just
her
a
phone
second.
didn't ring. Okay, sorry, Your Honor.
Message, a bing, whatever it was, Where was she?
She was in the bedroom with me, Your Honor.
Bedroom where?
So I was laying on the bed, Your Honor.
You were laying on
Yes,
the bed.
I was laying on the bed.
Shh. You were laying on the bed. Was she on the bed or was she standing?
At the time, she was sitting and then she got up.
She was sitting on the bed.
Yes.
Where was her phone?
Her phone was in her hand, I believe.
Just don't say you believe. I wasn't there.
Okay, yes, her phone
I wasn't there.
Her phone was in her hand.
The phone was in her hand.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So she was sitting on the bed. Her phone beeped or rang. It's in her hand. And she got up to a standing position.
Yes.
And she's looking at her phone or she's speaking into her phone?
She was looking at her phone. She wasn't speaking into her phone.
So she's now standing up, looking at her phone, and
tried to get my attention.
Just a second. Trying to get your attention is a conclusion. What did she do?
She called my name, and I didn't respond.
And you didn't?
And I think that's when she threw the phone to get my attention. But it was, I would say that it was I don't know what text message she got.
Just a second.
Okay.
And that's how your teeth got injured.
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. So we have found the story. Now I just have to read this. Well, you see, your complaint, Miss Matthews, says that the phone was not in her hand. It says her phone beeped. She got up from the bed and grabbed her phone. That's what you said in your complaint.
Okay, so apologies, Your Honor. I think I was just trying to, figure out exactly what happened.
You know, we're not here at some science class, madam. We're in a courtroom. You signed a complaint.
Yes.
You know, I find this whole thing a little bit fishy anyway, and you're just feeding into that with some of your responses to me and some of what's in your complaint, because it all sounds bizarre. So I know I'm missing something. So was the phone, when it beeped, in her hand, or was it in a place where she had to get up and go and get it?
I would say that...
Not I would say. I don't want to know what you would say. I want to know the truth. There aren't different versions of the truth. There's only one version of the truth. So not I would say, think about it. And were you correct when you swore to this complaint that she got up and grabbed the phone? Or were you correct when you testified a moment ago that the phone was in her hand?
I would say that I was correct when I said on the paper that she got up and picked up the phone.
Now I'm going to go back. Where did she pick up the phone from?
I have a dresser in my room.
A what?
I think it was the dresser. I'm not sure,
if you say, listen to me, if you say I don't know how this happened, it all happened so fast, that's okay. But if you keep, I think I have a dresser, and this is a dresser, so I think the phone
I would say that it happened off, I'm just trying to replay the night, but I think that she got up and she took the phone, and that's when she got the text message.
Great. I feel so much more comfortable than when we started. All right, let's get to the bedroom.
All right.
Who was in the bedroom?
It was Avril, and...
Where was she?
She was in the living room.
And can you tell me why you were in the bedroom instead of in the living room?
I can't tell. You know, we don't know. We were in the living room, and then we just went to the bedroom. I really can't.
Okay, go.
Yes. So my phone was actually on her dresser. I had put my phone on the dresser when we came in, on her nightstand dresser, in front of her bed. I got the text message. I stood up, and I went around her bed, and I went to get my phone from the dresser. I stood in front of the bed, and she was in front of me, obviously on the bed. And I got a text message from a guy that I was talking to at the time. And I wanted her to see. So I was really excited, and I was telling her, oh, he texted me, and I was telling her what he was saying. And she's like, oh, let me see. And then she put her hands out, and in an underhand position, I passed her the phone.
So you tossed the phone?
I did.
You tossed the phone at her?
Your Honor.
And is that when it hit her in the mouth? Okay. Prior to all of these...
Avril Matthews is accusing her former friend, Unati Mia, of throwing her phone at Avril and damaging her teeth.
And then it took us a long time to get there, but clearly this was an accident.
Absolutely.
Accident happens when you're in a car. You don't mean to hit anybody, but you do. Accident happens if you're parking the car. You don't gauge that parallel parking just right. Well, if you're from Brooklyn, you always gauge the parallel parking just right. But it's an accident.
Your Honor.
But when
Excuse me. Sorry.
you have an accident, you have to pay for the accident because it's not an on purpose, but it's an accident. So I would like to see, dating back to the week of April 1st, any text messages that you have or emails between the two of you discussing the incident of April 1st.
April 1st.
In the week of the 1st, this is the only...
This doesn't say anything.
That's just the only conversation over text that we had.
Well, this doesn't say anything about the incident that happened.
Yeah,
nothing. Okay, let me see your evidence, Ms. Matthews, about the incident itself. You show me all those pages.
No, it's not any conversation regarding the night of the incident. It's all the conversations that we had regarding after I went to the ER and the bills.
I would like to take a look at those. Okay, well, it's clear, Ms. Meyer, that prior to all of these emails, you and the plaintiff had a discussion where it was clear between the two of you that this accident was your fault, because all of these emails discuss with the plaintiff payment. And to summarize what I've just read, she went to the emergency room. She went to a dentist. She got estimates. She was in discomfort. She told you what the proposal was. You said to her, you can get someplace cheaper. She said, I'm not going to do that. You said to her, well, if you're not going to do that, meet me halfway. You know, I make the minimum wage. I can't afford all of these bills, which suggests to me that you understood your culpability, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm not suggesting, nor was there any indication to me that this was a purposeful assault. Wasn't. It was a stupid accident. You were both probably drunk. I'd like to see all of your medical bills, please, starting with the ER. There's a lot of bills for me to go through.
Yes.
Did you have the work done yet?
I had some work done, and for future, I still have to have one more procedure done on me, Your Honor.
I'd like to take a look at the report from the dentist requiring another procedure.
Okay.
Maybe. But let's see what you've had done so far.
Okay, Your Honor. Let me just put it in order.
And you have proof of payment of those bills?
No, I haven't paid any of it, Your Honor.
None of it? You mean the dentist worked for nothing?
I have the proof for the consultations that I've paid. So I paid for the consultation.
I want to see proof of payment of how much you paid.
Yes.
And it is for a tooth. That's what it says. A tooth.
So they had placed... okay.
Just telling you what it says. Okay. So a lot of this work has yet to be done.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And in order to have it done, they want to be paid.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
But the 4,600...
I didn't ask you a question. You understand, Ms. Meyer, that I believe that this was an accident.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't believe that it was an accident.
I don't care what you believe, and I didn't pose a question to you. You understand that I believe that this was an accident.
Yes, ma'am.
It was an accident, however, that you caused. And when you cause an accident and someone is injured, you have to pay for it. And she has to have work done. She's a young woman, and she shouldn't have to have this kind of problem, because this kind of problem will only be magnified over her years. You have to take care of it. It's well over $10,000. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $10,000. Thank you. We're finished.
Yeah.
This court is adjourned.
She was really begging on my character, saying that I assaulted her, and she knows very well that it was an accident.
I don't know, was it the alcohol or if she was jealous? I don't know what it was.
I really do think that there's something seriously wrong with her.
My teeth were displaced out of my mouth and got pushed totally back.
So I did see the damage. I don't think it was as bad as she says it was, but
I'm very grateful for how she went about things, and I feel like the way that it needed to go, it needed to go.
I never want to see her.
This reminded me of one of my dad's favorite pearls of wisdom from childhood. You know, in my teens, I got into a little accident with the car, and I came home and I said, Dad, you know, I got into this little accident and I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna have to, you know, we have to pay for it with the pronoun usage. And he said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Is it more my fault than it was your fault? Because I was home in my pajamas watching Gold Rush. So would you say that it's more your fault to handle or mine? And, you know, when he said that to me, it really makes a lot of sense. That's not what you want to hear as a 17-year-old who just got into a little bit of a car accident. But you have to take the approach as the defendant, as she did here, which is, I know it was an accident. It wasn't on purpose. I know I have to pay for it. And that's why they're called accidents. Like you said, they're not on purpose. But is it any more the plaintiff's fault than it was the defendant's for getting hit in the mouth? I don't think so.
I think the plaintiff was under the impression that unless she could establish that it was a purposeful assault, that the defendant wasn't responsible.
No, yeah, I felt that as well.
I think that that's what she thought, but she was wrong.
Yeah.
But she'll get her teeth fixed
Yeah,
anyway.
and I think that was
And
the
your
right
father
call.
was right. It's more your fault than it was his fault.
True.
Case number 3050, Cockrell versus McMurray. All parties, please step forward.
Justin Cockrell is suing his friend, James McMurray III, for damage after a golf cart hit his car.
Mr. Cockrell, it is your claim that owing to the defendant's negligence, your car was dented.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see a picture of the dent on your car?
Yes.
Yeah, that's serious dent. Okay, let me understand the theory of your case. Mr. McMurray is a friend of yours. I assume you were there as well that day?
Yes, ma'am.
You were all having a pleasant afternoon, having a couple of drinks. Were you watching a sporting event?
We were watching golf
At whose house were you
at
watching it?
Bubba's house.
Your house?
Yes, ma'am.
How many people had golf carts?
2. I drove my car over there. Everybody else lives in that neighborhood, so they'll drive their golf carts.
And Mr. McMurray, what time did you get to the event?
I got there around 2:30 that afternoon.
And did you bring your golf cart?
I sure did.
You drove your golf cart. On what date was this?
May 21st.
So let me see if I've got the alleged facts right. You wanted to leave at some point. You went outside and found that somebody's golf cart was blocking your golf cart
That's correct, Your Honor.
in the driveway.
Yes, that is correct.
The keys, I assume, were in the golf cart,
That's correct, Your Honor.
the one that was blocking your golf cart. So you moved that golf cart in order to get your car out.
That's correct.
Mr. Cockrell says that when you moved that golf cart, you moved it and left it negligently, so that golf cart rolled down the driveway and hit his car, causing this damage.
Justin Cockrell claims his friend, James McMurray III, owes.
Is that the theory of your case?
That's correct, yes, ma'am. The golf carts were actually in the garage. I had parked parallel to the garage, so when the cart rolled, it rolled out of the garage and into the side of my car.
Okay. And you, Mr. McMurray, don't deny the fact that you moved somebody else's golf cart,
That's correct.
and you don't deny that that golf cart that you moved caused the damage to his car.
When I got back to the scene, the cart had hit the car.
So those are acknowledged facts. You moved the golf cart. As far as we know, you were the last person that touched that golf cart. That golf cart caused this damage, and he wants you to be responsible. So now, with those agreed facts, which is really makes my life so much easier, I want you to tell me why it's not your fault.
Your Honor, when I moved the golf cart, it was blocking my cart. So I moved it to the left of mine. So when I put the brake on the golf cart and walked behind the golf cart to get back to my cart that was right next to it, and I backed up, you know, took my time, making sure I didn't hit the car in my golf cart, I turned around and I head to my house.
At what time was that?
I'd probably been there 45 minutes, so 3:15.
And you went home to do what?
I went to go home to take care of my dog.
What did you have to do to take care of
I
your
needed
dog?
to let him outside to use the restroom.
Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what did you do? Then you came back to the house?
Then I came back
to the house?
Yes.
So would you say you were gone 10 minutes?
Yes.
So now you're gone 10 minutes. Just let the dog out. Now you're gone 10 minutes and you come out and you find that the golf cart that you moved, without anybody's permission, by the way, you didn't ask the owner of that golf
No, I
cart
did
if you
not.
could touch it.
The keys were in it.
Well, if the keys are in a car, sir, and you pull up in front of the Piggly Wiggly, and the keys are in a car, but it doesn't belong to you, but the car is sitting right where you want to put your car to put your groceries in, and just because the keys are in the car doesn't mean you can drive it, right?
Right.
So without permission, you got into somebody else's golf cart and moved it. And within 10 minutes, his car is damaged.
That's correct.
So give me a theory, sir, of what happened that you're not responsible for.
Like I said earlier, Judge, I moved the cart, parked it, and I walked behind that cart. If this cart is what they're alleging rolled back on its own, then wouldn't it have hit me when I walked behind it, getting into my cart?
Maybe it needed a nudge from the wind. Maybe it needed something else. But that's not the kind of intervening act, sir, that gets you off the hook.
Well,
doesn't get you off the hook.
okay.
I'm going to give you an example, my favorite example. Many years ago, I tried a case that changed my life to a minute degree forever. You know, you go grocery shopping, you go to big stores, and they always have a place where you put the grocery cart after you finish loading your car, right? Put them here. So this particular case was about a woman who went shopping, and she had a big load of groceries, and she unloaded the groceries in her car, and then do what some irresponsible people do. They just leave the cart there. Cart can roll, cart, could be touched, whatever. And the cart rolled in to another car and caused damage. The defendant's defense to that case wasn't her, it was wind, which is an act of God. Wind came and blew the shopping cart into the plaintiff's car. Well, the wind isn't an intervening act, because if the shopping cart had been put into its place, wind, rain, frogs, hail, nothing would have happened to the plaintiff's car. We understand each other?
We do.
That's actually not the punchline of this story, because after all, we're just dealing with a dented car here. After that case aired, because I was doing it in the television courtroom, I was shopping in Publix in Florida, and I unloaded my groceries in the trunk of my car and was going to leave the shopping cart there. And 3 women got out of a car together who had clearly seen that episode and stood there with their arms crossed, waiting to see if I was going to put the shopping cart back where it belonged. So when I say that case changed my life forever, I can't go grocery shopping anymore unless, I don't care where it is, it could be 20 blocks away, but that shopping cart goes where it's supposed to be, because somebody's around who's going to take my picture, leaving that cart around, and it's going to humiliate me. So what I'm saying to you is, it's your fault.
It wasn't my golf cart. It wasn't my house.
It wasn't. It was just a second. It wasn't your golf cart, which means you shouldn't have touched it. Which means if you wanted to go home and let your dog out, which you probably should have done a half hour before, then you go inside and say, because you know all these people, whose golf cart is that? It's blocking me in. Can you move it? That's easy. You would do that with a car. You just took it upon yourself to go to touch somebody else's property, and within a millisecond, because nobody else came out and touched that car, you were the last person who touched that golf cart. You were. It caused this damage. Don't make excuses. Accept responsibility. Shouldn't have done it, whether you forgot to put the brake on it or not, because I've driven golf carts. We have them around, and sometimes I forget. It says turn it on, and then you hit the brake, and there are 2 brakes. So I never park it like this. If anything, I park it like this against a tree, so it can't go anyplace. It's your fault.
Well, that brings up another...
It's your fault. May I have the estimate to fix your car,
yes,
please? What year car is this BMW?
It's 2011.
Judge, can I ask you a question?
No, I don't answer questions. That's one of the delights of this job. I ask questions. I don't answer questions. Nice. 1482, judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Thank you.
This court is adjourned.
It wasn't my golf cart. I wasn't driving.
Bubba had actually gone outside shortly after Dab left, and he saw it happen.
Whenever I left, I got out of that cart, walked behind it, so wouldn't it have hit me?
I think if he'd done the right thing, owned up to it at the beginning, and said, yeah, let's work it out, but
And it's been a little hairy. We're probably gonna work it out.
we'll be all right, because we'll get past it. I told him that from the beginning. I said, hey, no matter what happens, you know, if you pay me or not, whatever, I'm not gonna let that come in between. We've been friends 15 years, but it's like, dude.
I've been noticing that whenever we go to Publix together, you do park extremely close to the cart return now. So, so
Not to the entrance.
no, the cart return is the place to be.
Now you know why.
Now I know why.
Case number 3031, Brandenburg McLaughlin versus Irwin Jr. All parties, please step forward.
Christopher Brandenburg and Victoria McLaughlin are suing their motorcycle buyer, Carter Irwin Jr., for stealing a 2001 Harley-Davidson Heritage.
Mr. Brandenburg, you're suing the defendant for $10,000. I've read your complaint half a dozen times. I still couldn't figure it out. Mr. Irwin, you're counterclaiming for $10,000. I read your answer 1,000 times. I can't figure out what you're suing each other for. The only thing I can manage to put together, this has something to do with motorcycles.
Correct.
And it has something to do with a French bulldog and something called shatter, which I have no idea which it was, except that you wrote in your answer that he took your $7,000 worth of shatter, which is a marijuana extract. Okay, so I'm going to give you each 5 minutes to make your best case so that I understand what your case is about, because it wasn't clear. Go.
Okay, myself and Carter made a deal on a motorcycle. So we made a deal, and he never followed through on
Okay, so he never followed through on the deal. Do you have that deal in writing?
No, it was all verbal.
And how much was the deal for?
$9,000 for the Harley-Davidson shovelhead.
And then what happened?
So I live in Sunnyside, Washington. He lives in Salem, Oregon. So we had traveled back to my place, and he seen the bike, and he decided he liked it and wanted it. So he had no transportation back to his place. So he borrowed my wife's van to travel back. So we had a verbal agreement on that.
Did he, just a second, did he take the bike?
No, he did not take the bike.
Did he ever take the bike?
No, I delivered the bike.
Does he still have possession of the bike?
No.
Where is it now?
It is at my place.
So you have it back?
Yes, I retrieved it.
Okay, next.
When he returned the van a few days later, November 4th, and he had no transportation back. So I let him borrow my 2001 Harley-Davidson Heritage.
Okay, so you have the first bike back, but you don't have the 2001.
Correct. When I went down, I apologize.
Christopher Brandenburg and Victoria McLaughlin claimed their motorcycle buyer, Carter Irwin Jr., stole their Harley-Davidson Heritage. Carter is countersuing, claiming Christopher stole his marijuana and a French bulldog.
Do you have, or did you have, possession of his 2001 Harley?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Do you still have it? No, look, don't look down. Do you still have it?
No, I don't.
Where is it?
It's at a guy's house that I know. It was sold, basically, because I didn't have the paperwork on it like I was supposed to receive. I paid for these motorcycles.
Just a second. You paid the $9,000 for the first one?
I paid in product, Your Honor, with shatter.
You paid in product?
Yeah, with the concentrated marijuana shatter.
No. Show me. Show me an agreement between the two of you.
It was all verbal, Your Honor.
Show me the agreement between, okay.
It was all verbal.
Fine. Unless I have it in writing, I don't care. Do you have anything in writing to show me that you paid for this motorcycle?
Here's some of the evidence of the jars of shatter that were taken from my house.
No, I don't care about that.
Okay.
I don't care about pictures of it.
Also, I have pictures of him dropping the shovel head off in my house.
Second, would you put them out, please? I don't listen to muttering. Goodbye. Is what you're telling me that you paid for this 2001 Harley, which you have with a marijuana derivative.
Along with $1,500 cash, Your Honor, yes.
So I want you to show me where you get the $1,500 in cash from.
Well, see, we didn't do receipts. We didn't do a written contract. We didn't have any.
I didn't ask you that. I want you to show me where you got $1,500 in cash from. You have a bank account. You withdrew $1,500 from the bank account. That's all I want to see.
I don't have that with me, Your Honor.
Well, this is the dance, sir. There's not an encore to this dance. There's only one dance.
We have a text message saying that he was going to pay us $9,000.
May I?
He's going to transfer it.
May I see it, please?
Sure may.
Okay, easy.
This bottom one right
here. Easy. Yeah, November 2nd, you told him that you were going to transfer $9,000.
Yes, and then that's when I went to Sunnyside and I took Shatter with me because I didn't have the money at that time to cover it. So
don't be ridiculous. I don't believe a word you're saying to me.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to talk about the dog. Tell me about the dog. It was an 8.5-month-old, according to what I read, French bulldog.
I'm the one that dealt with the dog stuff. Can I step over?
Who owns the dog?
I do. I have
fine. Then you
paperwork from.
Just a second.
Yeah. Let her.
Transfer over there. Tell me what happened on the 28th of October with this dog.
Carter expressed that he would like a French bulldog
Who's
or a
Carter?
mix. Carter. And so we discussed him being a guardian home. A guardian home is where they keep the dog, they feed it, water it, take care of it. It stays in their home, and then when I'm going to breed it, I get to breed the dog. And then after one breeding, then they own the dog free and clear. So that's what we had agreed on, is that he's supposed to feed and water the dog, the food that has to be of a certain quality. It has to have a backyard. It has to be fenced. They have to own their own home, yada, yada. Anyway, we found out from Carter's sister that he does not own his home, that there is not a fenced yard, and he...
You took the dog back.
We took the dog back.
Just a second. Is it correct, Mr. Irwin, because there's a dispute about you have the dog now?
I have placed the dog in a different home, but yes, I had the dog.
Probably better off without both of you. They have the dog back. For all intents and purposes, whatever she did with this poor creature that is clearly just being used for money, you had possession of for a while, and you had an agreement that you could keep the dog after one litter?
Yeah. I have a full fenced-in backyard.
Just a second. I don't care.
Oh, sorry.
Just answer my question.
Yes.
That was your agreement.
Yep.
Yeah. And when they came to get the motorcycle back, they took the dog back with them.
Yeah.
You have a counterclaim. You want the dog.
Yeah.
You can't have it. The dog is gone now. It's some other poor home because none of you really have this dog's best interest at heart. As a pet, you're using it to make money. That's it. Okay. So this is my ruling in this very complicated case. They're going to get their motorcycle back. They're going to get that because you're going to tell me in a neutral location and a time and a date when and where they should pick it up. Tell me now.
Let's say the 15th.
15th of this month?
Yeah.
15th. Where should they pick it up?
Anywhere. Anywhere in Salem.
The police station?
Police station.
Yeah,
great. What time of day?
I'd say by noontime.
Noon. High noon. High noon on the 15th. Motorcycle transfer. The puppy is in another home. This case is over. Goodbye.
This court is adjourned.
I thought she was firm but fair. I mean, everything he said was fabricated.
Well, I don't agree with it, but it is what it is, and I'll make it right.
That the girlfriend handed the dog over. He never owned the dog. He was supposed to be being a guardian home for it.
Well, they didn't give me an opportunity to. They just came to my house, physically took the dog out of my old lady's hands.
And he wasn't treating the dog how we felt was appropriate.
There isn't a friendship.
Oh, it's done and over. I would suggest that nobody do business with that guy or even, associate.
Motorcycles. They'll each get their motorcycles back, and I really don't care. And I certainly don't care about shatter, although I'm glad I learned what the term meant, because you like, at my age, to learn a new thing every day. It keeps you...
Learn something new every day.
What I am so sad about is You know, every decade or so, there's a popular dog, you know, that everybody's got to have. It's the dog. And then people started to breed them as hobby sports, and they don't know anything about breeding.
Yeah.
You know, as an animal person, that these little creatures won't have a chance to have any sort of a pleasant, normal life because they're going to be used for breeding and then discarded. It actually outrages me. Okay, so you took the car to go and get some weed for the two of you.
Correct. As I'm pulling off out of the complex, a shootout broke out.
So you put your head down and crashed the car?
Yes.
Did you report the car stolen?
Because he took it without my permission.
That doesn't make sense to me. If it doesn't make sense, it's not true.
This is Judy Justice. Tanaya Fox is suing her ex-boyfriend, Keontae Williams, for destroying her car after being involved in a shootout.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case 3019, Fox versus Williams.
Thank you. Welcome. All right, Miss Fox, this used to be your boyfriend.
Yes.
From when to when was he your boyfriend?
We started dating in 9th grade, beginning of our freshman year, till we stopped talking right after this accident happened, so about January.
Okay, can we have dates, please?
January in 2023, we stopped talking.
How old are you now?
18.
How old were you when you started dating him?
14.
Okay. Did you ever live together? At your house, at his house? Did you ever live together?
Not technically, but
Not technically. I'm dealing with reality. In reality, did you ever live together?
No.
Did he ever stay at your house? Did you ever stay at his house?
No. But we was together all the time, a lot.
What does that mean?
Like, we didn't live together, but we was always with each other.
Where?
At his house.
Better. Were you together at his house while you were still in high school?
Yes.
Is that your mother?
Yes.
Did you have your mother's permission to stay at his house? Is that right?
Yes.
Great. How old were you when you started staying at his house?
17.
So you were there for a little while before this incident occurred. Now, you had a car. What kind of car?
Malibu.
What year?
2016.
When did you purchase it?
I don't remember the exact date, but the month was in January. Before the accident happened, I only had it for 2 weeks.
Was there a note on the car?
Yes.
Do you have insurance on this car? You had to have insurance on the car.
Yes.
Full coverage.
Yes.
This is what you're claiming. You're claiming that you were at his house and he asked to borrow your car. You said no. Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that you said no. So let's move on from there because it's not particularly relevant, but the car was involved in an incident. And you want him to be responsible because you say it was his fault that this incident occurred. He said it's not his fault at all. He borrowed the car. He didn't borrow the car to go and buy or negotiate for drugs at all, but he was just driving somewhere and he got in the crossfire of a shootout and the car was bullet-ridden and destroyed.
Correct.
Now, you're at your house, and this is in January or February?
January.
January what?
21st.
What time? Uncross your arms. What time did you take the car?
Around 8, 9 o'clock.
At night?
Yes.
Before you took the car, where were you? Were you in the kitchen, the bedroom? What room were you in?
In the bedroom.
What was she doing?
In the bedroom with me.
Doing what?
Laying down, watching TV.
Had you had dinner at your mother's house? This is your mother, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you had dinner at your mother's house?
No.
Where had you had dinner? It's between 8 and 9 o'clock. Everybody's eaten. Even, well, old people eat at 4:30 in the afternoon, but even people your age have finished with dinner by 8, 9 o'clock. Where did you have dinner?
In the house. I don't eat much, so I don't know.
Well, you have to eat. You had nothing to eat?
No.
Nothing. Okay. So now I want you to tell me what inspired you to go out at between 8 and 9 o'clock. Don't look down. Right here.
I went out to buy weed for us to smoke.
Okay. Is that where you told her you were going?
Yes.
She say okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right. Where'd you get the money from?
Myself.
From where?
Working.
Okay, so you took the car to go and get some weed for the two of you. Is purchasing marijuana legal where you live?
No, ma'am.
So you have to go to not a dispensary or something where it's legal. You have to go and buy it on the street?
Correct.
How much money were you going to spend on marijuana?
Like $60.
What?
60.
So tell me what happened. So now you're going to find somebody on the street. Did you make arrangements with them before you went?
Yeah.
Did you call somebody and say, I'll meet you, you know, on...
Yeah, I called somebody and I went to go meet up with them.
And you got into the car.
I got into the car. As I'm going to get the weed, I got it.
So you picked it up?
Yes.
And you gave the seller the $60?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh, not an answer.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
As I'm pulling off out of the complex, a shootout broke out. And
what complex?
It's a complex behind the YMCA.
Go ahead.
And I put my head down once I heard the bullets hit the car, and I was driving straight. I hit the curb. The car stopped. It didn't move.
Did you give the guy the money?
Yes.
So it wasn't the guy that you bought from. It was somebody else? You don't know. So you put your head down and crashed the car?
Yes.
What did you crash into?
The sidewalk.
Okay, you have pictures of the car? The car was impounded, I assume.
I do.
I'd like to see it. Oh, so did they talk?
I had tried to put in a claim for him to get it fixed, but they denied it. The police totaled it and put it inside the pound.
I didn't understand a word that you said, so keep your voice up and speak slowly.
The police put it inside the pound, but the insurance people, they just denied my claim that I put in for it to get it fixed.
Why?
They said that because the keys was in the engine, that it was technically my fault. Like our fault. I have the denial letter.
I'd like to see it.
Tanaya Fox claims her ex-boyfriend, Keontae Williams, took her car without permission and destroyed it. Keontae is countersuing Tanaya for stealing money from his Cash App account.
Where's the car now?
It's still inside the shop.
No, I actually don't understand this. When was the last time you made a payment on the car? Tell me when the last time is you made a payment on the car.
This month. On
Show me. Did you report the car stolen?
Yes. I have a police report.
I'd like to see it.
I actually think it's with those papers.
Oh, here it is. Just a second. This isn't a report of steal. First of all, he didn't steal the car. He took the car with your permission. There's no question in my mind that living together, he went out to get you some weed with your permission. It was 8, 9 o'clock at night. There's no way that you said to him, no, you can't take it, and he took it anyway. It just doesn't make sense for a 17-year-old and an 18. That doesn't make sense to me. If it doesn't make sense, it's not true. Who decided to say that the car was stolen and tell that to the police? Who thought that that was a good idea?
Me, because it was. I didn't give him permission. I actually told him to take his mother's truck, and he's told me no.
Okay. Have you driven her car before?
Yes.
How many times?
A lot.
How much? More than 20 times? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. So I don't believe you. Now, the problem with you reporting the car stolen is that they didn't find that the car was stolen. They found the keys in the car. They found no evidence of the car being stolen. So they said the car wasn't stolen, the keys in the car. That means somebody had permission. That's still not a reason for an insurance company to deny a claim if you had full coverage on the car. So I would say that you're suing the wrong person. He's not going to pay for the car. He's not paying for the car.
Your Honor, I have evidence that he actually went out to go sell marijuana. He wasn't buying it. I actually have a text message because we know who shot at the car. It's actually his cousin. I text.
Oh, just a second. Do you know who shot at the car?
No.
I have messages of me texting the person and telling them.
I'd like to see it. So you know who shot at the car? Madam, you know who shot at the car, is my question.
Yes.
Then sue them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also have messages of me telling him how much my car is to get repaired, and he's telling me that he's only going to give me what I put down on my car.
Let me explain something to you. I'm not giving anything against him. If you know who caused this accident, who shot your car, which is what you say, you have to
but
sue
I'm
him.
suing him because he took it without my permission.
I don't believe, and I'm telling you that I don't believe that. I'm telling you that I don't believe that. So I'm telling you to sue the person who caused the accident. That's what you have to do, not him. I don't believe he didn't have permission. There's no question. If you lived at his mother's house with him, he's driven your Chevy Malibu dozens and dozens of times.
And
So I don't believe that he didn't have permission.
He
So
took it out permission more than one time in life.
sue the person who shot up your car and caused this accident. You say you know who
My
it
car
is.
would have never been inside an accident if he didn't take it out my permission.
Do you understand what I just said to you?
Yes, I do.
I said I don't believe you. Sue the person who shot up your car and caused the accident. You know who they are. File a police report against them. How's that? Is the person who shot up a car a regular selling drugs?
Not that I know of.
That person was there the night that you were there allegedly purchasing drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is that the person who shot at your car?
I don't know who shot at the car, ma'am.
She knows. Did he tell you who shot at his car?
Yes.
See, I believe that.
No.
You know who shot at the car?
No, ma'am.
Do you know what cousin she's talking about?
Absolutely not.
First name? You know that person? You know that person?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, so your case against him for that is dismissed. He got a counterclaim, taking money out of her. Did you take money out of his Cash App?
No.
Show me proof she took your money out of Cash App.
Well, I don't have any proof, but she have took over my whole email.
Just a second.
She never gave my email.
Just a second. I said, show me proof she took money out of your Cash App, is what you said to me. I don't have any proof?
I don't have any proof that she took it out, but I have proof that I gave her money.
I don't care whether you gave her money or not.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I didn't ask you anything. He has a counterclaim that you took $600 out of his Cash App without permission after this incident occurred. He says he has no proof. His counterclaim's dismissed, as is your claim. Now I'm going to do the second half of this case. You sit down over there, you move over there, and you're the mother. You're his mother. You move over here. Perfect.
Sit down.
Call the next case.
Case number 3019, Williams versus Fox.
Yeah. Did you swear, Miss Williams? Kevin?
Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth in these matters today?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Delilah Williams is suing her son's ex-girlfriend, Tanaya Fox, for vandalizing her truck.
Miss Williams, you are the mother of the defendant in the last case, and
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
your claim that the defendant vandalized your 20-year-old truck.
Yes.
First, tell me when you purchased this truck.
I purchased this truck in June of 2020. I had it about 3 years.
Who did you purchase it from?
I actually purchased it from my uncle.
At the time of purchase, you had to register the car?
Yes, ma'am.
How many miles on the car when you registered it?
125,000.
That was 3 years ago.
Yes.
And how much did you pay your uncle for the car?
I gave him $5,000 for the car, the pickup.
You give him $5,000 in cash?
Yes.
And you kept full coverage on the car, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
It is your claim that she vandalized the car. And I'm going to get to proof that you have that she vandalized your car. According to you, you had full insurance on the car.
Yes.
And the insurance paid you for the damage totaling the car, according to you.
Yes.
And gave you how much money?
They gave me $9,000.
They gave you $9,000 for a car that you paid $5,000 for.
Yes.
So far, you're ahead of the game, $4,000.
Yes, I was.
And then, according to this, you bought the car back from the insurance company.
Yes.
For how much?
$2,100.
So you're still ahead $2,000.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have your truck back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what you're asking for in your lawsuit against the defendant, if I find that she actually vandalized your car, is $3,879.
Yes.
Are you out of your mind? Are you really? Seriously? Are you out of your mind?
How
you
is that been
just
out
a
of my
second.
mind?
Yeah, I just given you the numbers, so you must be out of your mind, or you think that I am. Okay, so let's just for giggles. Why don't you show me what proof that you have, proof that the defendant vandalized your car?
Well.
Not well. This isn't a well. Show me what proof you didn't see it. You didn't see it.
I did not see it.
Right.
But I know
now,
she did it.
I don't care what you know. I don't care what you know. I said proof. This is a proof case. Show me proof that it's your case. Show me proof that the defendant vandalized your car.
I do not have proof, Your Honor.
Well, then you have no case. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
This court is adjourned.
All right. I'm happy with that.
This one.
I came home from my birthday photo shoot, and he asked me to use the car to go sell marijuana, and I told him no, to take his mother's truck.
No, but she gave me her keys. I went to go do that.
But he said that the car didn't have no gas, but I still told him no to lay down. And when I dozed off and went to sleep, I woke up and he was gone.
You hit a gunfire, you hit the bullets hitting the car, and you just hope for the better.
Because he was my boyfriend, he didn't necessarily, wouldn't want to put him in jail. Like, I knew he was gonna answer the phone for me. But it's just like, it's the principle of, if I told you no, don't take it. Like, it wasn't that deep to call the police, especially because he's someone that I love and care for. I'm not gonna put him in jail.
My child could have lost his life. We here for some money, but he could have been dead right now.
We're not together.
Oh, it's over and it's gonna stay over.
I was in Chicago, Illinois, and I was with two other friends. And around the time that she said that she called my mom, said it happened, I was gone from Indiana for the day before that happened and the day that it happened.
Yeah, sure she was. That's what they all.
So many pieces of that case that were reminiscent of other things. First of all, Sarah, I'm still not comfortable with the wisdom of a parent letting a 16, 17-year-old go and live with her boyfriend in their house just because they want to.
Yeah.
And, live together. I just think that it's such poor judgment. And I know that that's provincial and maybe not au courant with what's going on in the world. But I just find it not in a forward trajectory of anywhere.
Seems to lead to more problems that we see than solutions.
So then forever.
Then quick engagement.
And forever
Usually
romances.
more problems.
Yeah. And the second thing that I found particularly troubling was that this young man, who I think gave me totally honest answers.
Seemed honest.
Maybe not about selling, maybe instead of buying, he was selling. I'm not sure. But so casually, knowing that it's illegal in the jurisdiction where they live to buy, sell, or possess marijuana. And I'm not getting into that discussion now. There should be a federal standard so you know where you are from one state to another. But he knew it was not legal, and how casually he admitted committing a crime.
I did look it up beforehand, and then when he said it, I just cleared the tab because we didn't need the information anymore once he admitted that he knew it was against the law. It was certain thing. I only looked briefly, but it looks like it's a misdemeanor crime with a fine to possess up to a certain amount in Indiana currently. But yeah, so in addition to casually admitting to, a misdemeanor here today, also just the demeanor of the defendant speaking about his car being shot up with him inside of it. It was like, I had oatmeal for breakfast. I was like, that seems like something, it was very casual, very monotone. Like, that would be a huge life event, in your mind, in my mind, in, many people's minds. And it's just unfortunate that it's become so ingrained in what's going on today that it's just like.
You mean, yeah, and I wonder whether that would have happened had the laws been different in Indiana. Don't know. Certainly, his mother knew that her lawsuit was ridiculous. She got paid twice. She made out like a bandit in having.
Still made a profit.
Yeah,
on
she made
the
a profit on
vehicle.
it. Yeah, right. I don't know how that happens. Anyway, interesting case.
Case number 3007, Lacey versus Mayo. All parties, please step forward.
Courtney Lacey is suing her former friend, Marcus Mayo, for business products, lost wages, and harassment.
Right, Ms. Lacey, there's a whole story here that really doesn't necessarily impact on the bare bones facts of this case. The bare bones facts are you met the defendant on TikTok.
Correct.
And you were in the beard business, that is, you made products for men, for their beard.
Yes, ma'am.
I assume that jar that's there for show and tell is one of them. You threw her product away. There were other things that you could have done with it. You sure you threw it away?
I did.
You did. Why? You couldn't use it? You didn't like it for your beard?
It meant nothing to me after that. I was just looking at it, made me mad.
Immediate red flag all women should look out for. If you don't know a guy's middle and last name, he should not be driving states, flying states, going to an airport, going on vacation. If you just met someone, if the only way that you are able to contact someone is through social media because you don't have their phone number, they should not be coming to your house.
That's true. Yeah.
So, immediate red flag.
But I don't understand him either. You know, there's another universe there.
I'm sure there had to be some underpinnings of promises or whatever from her end because he didn't seem like a stupid guy. He doesn't seem like someone that just has nothing to do.
He rented a Tesla and drove a day and a half to get there just to help her with the...
She claims her former friend, Marcus Mayo, threw away her beard products without permission. Marcus is countersuing for rental car charges and lost work.
Now, the defendant traveled to where you live from what state to what state?
Connecticut to Ohio.
In order to help you at a fair to sell your product.
Yes, ma'am.
When? What month and year?
My event date was April 1st of 2023, and he did come in 2 days.
So around April of 2023 is when you went to the fair, and there was a fair. I don't know whether you sold products or not, but you went with her.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there a business arrangement? Were you supposed to get any financial remuneration, or were you just meeting this person in the flesh that you had met on TikTok?
Nothing was talked about. We just showed up and winged it.
Okay. And then whatever happened, you were leaving and going back to Connecticut.
Yeah.
And when you left, you took some product with you.
I was given the product.
But you took some with you.
Yes.
I didn't say you stole it. You took some product in your car,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes.
Tell me what you took in your car.
It was a couple of cases, I believe what she said was 78 jars of a product.
78 jars of her product. How many had you sold at the fair?
I sold about 3 at the vendor's event.
You sold 3?
Yes.
I also donated $40.
I don't care. 78 jars is what you took home. Okay. And what is the retail cost of these 78 jars?
$25 a jar.
And what is your cost? You're in business. To make that jar, what is the jar and the product? How much does it cost?
With everything put together, it cost me roughly around $6, $7. Just depends on what scent I'm using.
So say it costs you $6 a jar. That would be $468. Okay, you're suing him for $3,600, so that's ridiculous. So he took this product, and at some point, you wanted it back.
Yes.
So when did you tell him you wanted it back?
When I seen that he was bashing me on social media once he left, I wasn't aware that he felt some type of way. I asked
Just
him,
tell me what date it was that you wanted it back.
It would have been April 3rd.
And did he tell you that he would send it back if you paid for it?
He did several times.
He did several times say, I'll send it back if you send me...
Yes.
And did you?
He said that he was going to go to the UPS store and overnight it. I told him I did not have overnight money. Then he told me he was going to throw my product away, that he wasn't going to mess with it.
And that was in April. What'd you do with the product, Mr. Mayo?
I held on to it.
No, it's April. That's not a long time ago. How long did you hold on to it?
I held on to it for a week. The following Monday, I had heard nothing from her. She blocked me on everything. I said I'd give her 2 days to give me a call, let me know what's going on.
Do you have that in messages?
Every message between us that whole morning is right here.
By the way, what were you going to do with these 78 jars?
She wanted me to sell them for her and give her the money. I was under the understanding that I was going to...
Did you say to him, throw it away, I'll report it as stolen property?
After the numerous threats
Just a
of him
second.
telling me.
Did you say that to him?
Yes.
Okay. So, sounds that to me, and I've read the papers, and the text messages between you seem to support the idea that he came for a few days, you rented a car.
I rented the Tesla.
How much was the Tesla to rent?
Rented me about $1,400. I have the actual.
Okay. No, I'm not entertaining your counterclaim, sir.
Okay.
Your counterclaim's nonsense. But he rented a car to come to help you. You hadn't actually met him before.
Right.
And when he came, your children were someplace else for the event, for the weekend, or you thought for a few days, and he was going to stay with you on your sofa. That's what you said.
Only for the event.
Well, he wouldn't have driven, I don't know how many states away and rented a car to come for one day. That sounds ridiculous. And you actually acknowledge that you weren't expecting your children to come home, but your children were coming home, and you felt uncomfortable about him being in the house when your children were home, so you asked him to leave. That you acknowledge.
Right.
Okay. And so he left. I don't know whether he left during the course of an argument, but somehow he took these jars of product worth $460, and he didn't take them without your permission. He took them with your permission.
Right, we had an agreement.
That was?
That he was going to take some back. He had some barber friends and friends that was interested in buying.
Right.
And he asked if he could have a box of each scent.
Okay. And he took 78 boxes back, which are worth $468. That's your cost.
That's the price it cost for me to
Yeah, he's not paying you. He's not paying you for what you retail it for. You had a disagreement. He offered to send it back if you paid for it. He held on to it for a week. Should he have held on to it longer? I don't know. That is a sort of subjective thing. I can't say you should hold on to it for a month. You should have sent it to her COD if she didn't want to pick it up. She didn't have to pick it up, but I don't know where you send things COD anymore. I don't think that they do that anymore. Anyway, your whole loss is maybe $400 in product and jar.
But he took the jars to sell them for me to his friends. I
don't
him
care.
Permission and
I
he
don't
didn't want
care.
it.
Seems to me that you both made some bad choices. It wasn't explained to him, and I don't know what he was thinking. Well, do I want to know what he was thinking? You know, to drive for a day and a half to come to your house, not knowing who you are. He went to the event. He was helpful at the event. And then you told him that you had to leave, go to a hotel. That's what you said.
We didn't talk about the plans after the event. That's where
then you should have.
communication came.
Actually, you should have.
Right, and I took accountability for that.
$468. You threw her product away. There were other things that you could have done with it. You sure you threw it away?
I did.
You did. Why? You couldn't use it? You didn't like it for your beard?
It meant nothing to me after that. I was just looking at it made me mad.
Okay, good. $468. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Thank you.
This court is adjourned.
I held on to it for as long as I could. I tried to be reasonable for as long as I could.
The beard whip is my passion, and to know that somebody can just take it and throw it away.
And it got to a point where she was unreasonable, so I discarded the product.
He took my jars, and he said, well, I have friends back at home that's willing to buy because they want to try it in their barbershops.
He clearly was not going to pay to have it mailed back.
He was just a friend I met.